Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to our Williams playthrough on F1 Manager 22. It's round 20 of Season 2. We're heading to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the Mexican Grand Prix in Mexico City, and barring an absolutely unmitigated disaster, the coronation of Pierre Gasly as World Drivers' Champion. So let's take a quick look at where we are. We had an agonising end to COTA last night. For those of you who haven't seen, I do highly recommend going back and watching. It was looking like we had a real chance after an utter disaster in qualifying. It was looking like we still had a chance of rescuing a win in the World Championship for Pierre yesterday. We were on course for third and fourth, which we achieved. We needed Carlos Sainz to finish ahead of Charles Leclerc, and in the end, Leclerc just about managed to get through. And we went from winning the World Championship to needing 6 points more to seal the championship. So as you can see in the constructors, we are currently in second, 517 points against 565 for Ferrari, but there it is, there's the drivers championship. We are 72 points ahead with 78 points remaining in the World Championship, a maximum of 78 points, 3 wins, 3 fastest laps. We just need 6 points to guarantee Pierre as world champion. That's it. That's all we need. So, can we achieve that tonight? Well, it would be an utter disaster if we failed to achieve it tonight. Hopefully, we are going to make it through qualifying, unlike last night where, things went very, very wrong. But I think we're going to be very strong here. I'm certainly not looking forward to, not looking to make the same mistake that we made last night. We are definitely going to be getting through Q1 and into Q2 and into Q3 as well. So, finish position, let's go 2 in the top 6. No, that's Teo. Let's get 2 in the top 7. Quali position, we've got 1 remaining streak, which is get 1 in the top 14 for 3 races. So it looks as though the quali streak did break yesterday, so that bug, for whatever reason, seems to have cleared itself. We can do a new finish position streak. We can only do it for 3 races because that's all that's left, and we're going to go 2 cars finishing in the top 10 for 3 races, just to give us a little wiggle room. How you doing, Marcel? How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you guys. Okay, so as we always do, we're going to have a quick look at where we sit in terms of car performance going into the race. It looks as though there has been a little update for one of the cars. You can see, let me see, change car. There we go. Nope. Car 2. So it says different values, but effectively Gasly is driving an identical car, so just to avoid confusion we will go back like that. There we go. We're going to look at where we sit in terms of in comparison to Ferrari, in particular to Charles Leclerc. You can see that Ferrari is mighty fast now in terms of top speed, low and medium speed corners. It does struggle a little bit in the high speed, so that's our main advantage, but yeah, that's a mighty fast car. Let's take a look at Red Bull, and there you can see just how fast Max's car is in a straight line. Very fast indeed. Not quite as good in the corners as Ferrari or us, so we definitely have a big advantage over them, over this circuit in that respect. Let's take a look at the circuit itself. There you can see the sections by speed. There's a lot of slow speed cornering in this one, but that middle sector, you can see the S's in the run up to the DRS section going into the stadium, the old baseball stadium. You can see it's all high-speed cornering, you know, through that middle sector. So we are going to be very strong through there, but a lot of low-speed cornering. We're not going to be on for the win, I don't think, but we don't need the win. We're certainly not going to, you know, overexert the car, chasing a result we don't necessarily need. It'd be nice to win, but I will quite happily settle for third today, because third will still guarantee the World Championship for Pierre. So let's head into the Grand Prix weekend.
Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not one, not two, but 3 DRS zones. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
And we have perfect weather this weekend. It's just glorious sunny skies all day today, all day tomorrow, and all day Sunday. So no rain to worry about, to potentially throw a spanner in the works. We are going to give Logan another run because he's so close to another point. Let's go ahead and swap out car parts. So engines. Let's go with that engine and that engine. You can see we've still got plenty of engines in reserve, but you know, we're going to be able to mount a very strong challenge because we're going to have good power. ERS units, we'll leave those in as they are, and gearboxes, we've still got some gearboxes in reserve. We'll stick with that one for Teo. Right, run plan. We're going to go 20 laps for both drivers. For this first stint, we might reduce that down a little bit for the second stint, we'll see. In terms of setup, let's get Pierre's car out of the way first. This is the important one. So we're going to go with a 12.5 rear wing. We're going to go 6.5 on the front. We're going to go 1.9 on the roll bar, a 3.5 on the camber, and a 0.6 on the toe. That's our starting setup there. We're going to go with something slightly different for the other car. So we'll go with a 6.5 at the front, a 13 at the rear, a 2.8. We'll go again with a 3.5 and a 0.35. There we go. So that's our two car setups. Hopefully these will settle in quite nicely. Let's see how we do in practice.
Radio check, yeah, can you hear me?
Copy.
Watch those curbs.
Copy.
So yeah, last night was agonising after the horrendous mistake I made sending the cars out too late at the end of Q1 to, you know, meaning we failed to even register a single lap time. We went into the race not quite at the back because of some penalties, but pretty much at the back of the grid. Still not really sure of how fast we would actually be against the AI either, because we hadn't set a lap at normal speeds against the AI. So I thought we would finish both drivers maybe 6th and 7th, around 5th, 6th, 7th, that kind of position. We actually managed to fight our way through to 3rd and 4th quite strongly and quite quickly, actually. We never stood a chance against the Ferraris. Starting as far back as we did, they were just too fast for us. But for a moment, it did look as though we were actually still going to win the title. It was so close. And then just an agonising last lap, hoping that Sainz would get the move done, and he couldn't, and that was it. Tonight we get to rectify that mistake. We get to wrap the title up for Pierre. And hopefully, if we can get a strong result, we can even close the gap to Ferrari as well. And take this Constructors' title down to the wire.
Where do you need help in terms of balance for switches?
Alright, good start for Logan Sargent there, at 98%, so just a little tweak and his car will be perfect. Oh, 66%, that is not good. That's the worst setup we've had for a long time. Alright, let's call Logan in. So we just need to tweak the toe, and I'm going to go that way. Take that down to a 0.3. Let's confirm that change. And there we go. Logan is back out and running again. Pierre on his way to the garage. Oh, he's spun. Did he damage the car?
It's a spin!
Doesn't look like it.
Here's the replay. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
So
And
a
yes,
rare practice
that's where they
mistake for
spin
Pierre
out.
there. Hopefully that's not indicative of things to come in the race. So, terrible setup, 66%. Oh, the rear wing's really bad. So, that to me suggests we need to go to 13.5, which is quite a substantial difference. That's a decent enough gap now on the front wing. We need a slightly bigger gap on braking stability. Traction is also off, and I don't think that's going in the right direction. Maybe it is. Okay, let's go back to the 1.9. Let's bump that up to a 7. Okay, let's try that. Let's see how that shakes out. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, do we need to change tyres? No, but we may as well, just in case. Okay, so that's Pierre back out on the track. Yeah, 66%. That is the worst starting setup we've had for a long time. think the only one we've had worse than that in recent times was when I actually, it didn't save a setup I'd put in and reset it back to default when I switched the driver to Logan. But in terms of actually entering a setup and getting a result, that is the worst one we've had for a while. And that is the setup that has been 100% before, so quite a substantial difference. I only have 3 100% setups in my little notebook for this circuit, and none of them have a 13.5 rear wing, so this will be the first if this is a 13.5 rear wing circuit setup.
Okay, any comments on balance?
Looks like we went the wrong way with Logan with his toe tweak, so we can just switch that to the other side. There we go, that should now fix that issue. We won't be sending Logan back out. And let's see a nice big improvement here for Pierre, please. 82%, so still some work to do. Okay, let's call him in. Okay, so the roll bar is definitely wrong. So that to me suggests now that's going to be a 3.7. That's close with cornering, braking and oversteer. Doesn't affect the straights. That's the change we need for the roll bar. That could be it. So we'll find out in the next session because we haven't got enough time to do everything here.
It's a good session all in all, I think. Still learned a lot.
Okay, so we have a couple of penalties on the grid for this race. Bottas and Vettel both have penalties. Just those two, actually. Okay, so Pourchaire's in the car. We're going to put him in for 42 laps. There we go. We've changed his setup already, so he's done. We've changed Pierre's setup. We are going to run Pierre for 25. Let's see, 25, 28 laps. And this gives us the flexibility of calling him in early if we need to make a significant change to the car. But if we are practically at 100%, on it or just shy, then we'll leave him out and complete that just this one run. So let's go into practice 2.
Okay, radio check.
There we go. Let's make sure that Pourchaire doesn't get in the way. It's unlikely he will, but just in case, for whatever reason, Pierre goes off the track and Pourchaire gets ahead of him, that means that Pourchaire will move out of the way. He's running a considerably heavier fuel load, so we don't want him getting in the way of Pierre. So we do have some official Formula One news, which I think broke late last night, but I definitely saw confirmation of it this morning, and that is that Matteo Binotto has tendered his resignation at Ferrari and will be stepping down in December. A little surprised, also not that surprised. I think it's a mistake. I think Ferrari have nudged him into resigning. And I think they've made a mistake by doing that. I think Binotto should have been given one more season. You know, he achieved his goal, which was to bring Ferrari a bit more stability and, you know, try and replace that culture of fear that they had, where, you know, mistakes were something to be scared of, in the sense that it would be a loss of jobs if someone made, you know, any kind of cock up, to the point where it has a detrimental effect on the team morale. And he tried to reduce a sort of a no blame culture, which is kind of what Ferrari had in the 90s and early 2000s under Ross Brawn, Jean Todt and Rory Byrne. They had that no-blame culture, and Ferrari were supreme during that period. And then they kind of slipped back after, you know, Schumacher left and the other guys left, and they slipped back into that culture of fear that, you know, is just so inherent in Ferrari management, and things just started falling apart for them, and you know, Binotto came in with a mandate this season to make the team more competitive, get back to challenging at the front and getting some wins, and they did that this season. Arguably, they should have perhaps done more than they did. They certainly had a big advantage at the start of the season, and it kind of fell away from them. But I think Binotto deserved one more season. I think if he hadn't achieved what he, you know, a real competitive challenge all the way through the season, next season, yes, getting rid would maybe be the right thing. But he deserved that one more season. You know, he'd made the progress that he'd set out to make, and despite them kind of falling apart a little bit this year, they still, as I said, they achieved the pre-season target of being competitive, challenging for, you know, the title to a degree, and getting some wins. That was their target this season, and they met that. So yeah, I feel that Ferrari have pushed Binotto into resigning a little bit, and I think that's a mistake. I think he should have had that one more season. But yeah, Binotto is going. No official word as to who's going to replace him. Obviously, the rumours started about Binotto a few weeks back, and you know, the rumour at the time was that Freddie Vasseur was being lined up to take over. But Ferrari apparently have no succession plan in place at the moment. They've only just started the search for someone, which to me suggests that the Vasseur rumour wasn't actually true. We'll have to wait and see whether or not Vasseur is actually considered. Obviously, he has a good relationship with Charles Leclerc, given the two of them, you know, have worked together in the past, and there's a good friendship between those two. So that'll be interesting, but I don't think, with no disrespect to Vasseur, I don't think he's the man. I don't think he's the man that could take Ferrari that one step further. I'm not sure who is. Obviously, there's all sorts of the usual rumour and speculation that Ross Brawn, having just retired from Formula One management, is potentially being lined up. I can't see Ross returning, but it's not impossible. I mean, it's Formula One. Anything can happen. Ross retired when he left Ferrari, and then came back out of retirement to run Brawn GP, and then was with Mercedes for their first few seasons as Mercedes before retiring again. Then he got involved with Formula One management, and is now retired again. So it's not impossible, but I don't know. I don't know if Braun would be up for going back to Ferrari. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. We probably won't find out till January. Maybe even February. February would be too late, I think. But yeah, I think January is when we're going to find out anything further about what's going on at Ferrari. So we have our 100% set up with Gasly. That's good. We can just do a final run in FP3 to get him his track time that he needs. As you can see, we're at 99% with Teo, so we just need to tweak the toe just that little bit more, and his car will be perfect. So getting the car set up much easier tonight than it was yesterday. We kind of struggled a little bit to get both cars set up. Had to really chase it on Pierre's car, but tonight nice and easy, nice and straightforward. Okay, so we'll increase the toe again ever so slightly, and that should
get some comments when you're plugged back in.
So Sainz looking faster than Leclerc. Bottas looks like he's got a brand new engine. He's looking mighty punchy. Look how fast that car's looking. That's got to be down to their low speed cornering, I'm guessing. They're going to have good straight line speed as well, but I'm guessing their low speed cornering is pretty good for them to be that high up. Right, into FP3. We've made all the changes that we need to make. We're going to put on some mediums. We're going to run for 35 laps. That should be enough. And we're going to run for 28 laps with Pierre. We can call him in a little bit early if we need to. So let's head on into the final practice.
And radio check.
How you doing there, Mr. Water? Good to see you. You seen Farah recently? I've not seen him for a few days. Okay, is this going to be 100%? It should be. Hopefully we haven't broken anything in the process of correcting the toe. Oh, there we go, 100.
How was the balance?
Good stuff. So, we just got to wait for them to hit their track acclimatization goal now, which is almost done with Pierre. And there we go. That's Gasly's run finished. Let's call him in. Leclerc looking fast again today. Bottas up there as well. Alonso's up there as well. Where's Sainz? Not Sainz, sorry. Perez. Oh, there's Perez. He's just gone top. I was just wondering where he was. Yeah, those Alphas looking very fast. Again, it's practice, so we can't read too much into it, but both Alpha drivers ahead of both Mercedes drivers at the moment. Right, Porsche's done. Let's call him in as well. There we go. Get my glasses on. Okay, interesting looking leaderboard then. Once again, look, Norris being outperformed in practice by Ricciardo.
Good session, well done.
It can't be a case of Ricciardo has suddenly found a ton more pace than Norris, because he just doesn't have the development rate for that. You know, he's too old, his development rate's too slow. But that's another gap of 0.3 of a second in Ricciardo's favour, which is unusual. Yeah, not going to lie. Let's see how it plays out in the race. We saw that in practice last night. Ricciardo considerably faster than Norris, but then Norris, you know, finished ahead of Ricciardo in the race quite comfortably. So maybe we'll see the same tonight. Right, into qualifying, we have plenty of tyres available. We've got 3 sets at the moment with a 4th set to come, so we don't have the same pressing issues on tyres that we did last night that pushed me into making that mistake. But we are going to go out straight away. We're not even going to risk making the same mistake that we did yesterday. Okay, we've got a nice clean run for this first lap, which is excellent. And we do a 1:16.2. That's not too bad. And that's it for quali for this run. That will be enough to see both cars through. The field has definitely tightened up towards the back end of the season. There's some late updates have been brought in by some other teams by the look of it. And of course, Bottas with that brand new engine looking mighty fast. He's going to have a minimum of a 5-place penalty, might be 10. But yeah, he's looking very, very fast. He's going to have to fight his way back up the order though, because he's going to lose out in qualifying as a result of that penalty. And then we see Sainz faster than Leclerc. Perez faster than Max. Oh, Max way down the order. I say way down the order. He's only, what? He's less than 0.2 off of Charles Leclerc, and he's what, 0.1 off Max, but off Perez, but he's down his 6th. So yeah, there's only 4/10 separating Sainz to Porsche. So yeah, quite close here in terms of the grid order. We could see quite a few trains popping up in this race. We could have quite a long train of cars at the start. Might take a while for that to split up into smaller groups. Let's go into qualifying 2.
Ready to check?
We are going to use the same scrub tyres. Go out
Ready
nice
to
and
check?
early again.
Okay. Ready to check? Okay.
And again, we're just going to try and get through with just this one run, but we will run it again if we need to. We might be sending Porsche out for a second run. I think Pierre's going to be fine, but... oh, I haven't changed the engine. Oh, okay. I just realised I haven't changed the engine components over yet. I've just realised because I've spotted the little red flash mark next to Pierre's name there on the car. So you can see, yeah, we're still running the older engine. Tell you what though, if we're that competitive with an engine at 34%, when we put in a better engine for Q3, we could be looking at a potential pole here. The Ferrari's getting in the way. That's not going to be enough for either driver, I don't think. So we will go out on fresh tyres at the end of the session, just to make sure, because we are running these worn components because I forgot to change those over. Now I'm going to send my cars out because I think we're just seeing a little bit of movement in the garage. So Gasly and Porsche, send them out. There we go. I'm going to head the group. I did see a Mercedes coming out. It's Hamilton. Gasly is in front. Porsche tucked in behind. Good. That will get him a tow. This is going to get both drivers through into Q3. Oh no, Gasly spun. Okay, well he spun at the end of the lap, but before starting he might lose out a little bit in the first sector. Did he damage the car? I don't think he did. I think he just spun.
Let's see what happened there. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
He got away with that. He could have damaged the rear of the car, but he didn't, by the look of it. No aerodynamics damage, no chassis damage or anything like that. So dodged a bullet there. That may potentially have held up Porsche ever so slightly, but I think it's going to have more of an impact on Gasly than Porsche. It does mean, though, unfortunately, Porsche is not going to get the tow that I'd hoped to give him. Just have to hope that those tyres will be enough. Okay, I don't think either of our drivers improved. Porsche is still there, still in the top 10. Ricardo improves to 12th. Norris does not improve. Okay, so we get 6th and 9th. Both cars are through to Q3. Had to use an extra set of tyres just to be certain. But now we are going to change over those engine components. I nearly made the same mistake, or not the same mistake, but another mistake there. We'll go with 91% on the engine. And we've got a 91 there, 88, and 82. So yeah, and the 91 engine on Pierre's car. There we go. The ERS module is fine on both cars, and the gearbox, we'll change the gearbox on Pierre's car. There we go. So let's head into Q3. We'll do a scrub run. And let's see what kind of improvement we can get on our lap times running these better engines. Nobody else from the grid going out yet. That's a little unusual. Hopefully we're not going to get held up. Okay, there we go. Russell coming out. Now Bottas. I think we might hit some traffic. There goes Alonso. We'll get past Vettel into turn 1. Good. Are we going to get held up by Alonso in the middle sector? No, but Porsche does get held up a little in the final sector. A 1:15.8, that's good, but Porsche are a long way off. He definitely got held up. That was scrubs, so let's see what we can do on new tyres. It should be a small improvement for Gasly and a big improvement for Porsche. I had hoped to get through to this session having not run new tyres last time out so that we could keep 2 brand new sets for the race, but one lap won't hurt us too badly. Oh, and there you can see we are actually on for a pole position by the look of it. That's good, that's encouraging. See if we can win the title with a flourish, and also close the gap to Ferrari in the constructors as well. Okay, so send out Gasly and Porsche. There we go. And we are going to ride on board with Gasly for this one. Okay, so a good first sector for Pierre, not a good first sector for Porsche though. They are not improving. We have pole position. Let's see if we can improve that, and let's see where we can get Porsche up to in the starting lineup as well. Purple in the middle sector for Gasly, an improvement for Porsche in the middle. Gasly doesn't improve, but Porsche up to 4th. Oh, that is excellent. So Teo is right up there with the 2 Ferraris. Don't forget we have penalties for Bottas and Vettel. They don't affect us, but they will obviously affect the cars behind, so that will move Max up to 5th. Both the Mercedes are going to move up. Alonso's going to move up. Oh, Perez. What happened to Perez? All the way down there in 13th. He's going to move up At least one spot, maybe two, depending on how big a penalty Bottas has got. But yeah, not good for the Mexican at his home Grand Prix there.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid ahead of today's race.
Seeing how they did in qualifying, Williams are going to be the team to watch here. They'll be starting strong at the top of the grid and will have many opportunities to steer the race in their favour. We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalise during the race. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
And there are sure to be some dizzying strategies used here today, here in the Mexican Heights. The question is, though, who's going to be the one to climb to the top?
Okay. Strategy time. So, we could go for the one stop, we could go for the two stop. I think the AI may go for the one stop. Let's see what kind of time that would be. A 1:37.5. It is quicker with a two stop there. Let me see if a medium soft would be viable. Hell, even a medium soft might be viable. Okay, so it does look as though, because we've used up one of those tyres, medium soft is going to be the faster strategy, so we will go with that. I'm not going to start on the soft, I'm going to finish on the soft so we can finish strong and fast and get that fastest lap. This will give us room to push with mediums as well. So that's our run for Teo. Let's do the same for Pierre. So medium soft. There we go. We are going to push off the line. We want to try and get Teo past the two Ferraris as quick as we can, and we want to try and get the pair of our boys to sprint away, so we are going to go aggressive at the start here. Right, let's go to the race.
It's sunny and bright as the drivers line up on the grid. And there we have Pierre Gasly. They're in pole position, and they've got to be happy about that. And looking at the second Williams car, they might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. Everything's been building to this. This is it. Here we go with the Mexican Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
It's so nice to have both cars right at the start, right at the front of the grid here. Makes a huge difference from last night. We're not going to have to fight our way through most of the grid. Right. I'm going to focus on Porsche because we want to watch him get through the Ferraris ASAP. Looks like he's about to take sights. Can he get up the inside of Leclerc here? They go side by side here.
From Williams.
Come on, Teo. He's going to have the inside line into the S's and completes the move.
We did a great job here.
That's excellent stuff. I'm going to back Gasly off a touch.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Because I don't want Porsche to fall outside of a second. we will re-engage the battery in a moment. But a 1-2 here would be a massive result for us in the constructors. And if oh, Gasly spun! Oh, it's a disaster. It's right at the start of the lap. He's going to, well, the race, he's going to have to wait for the whole field to go through.
Yellow, yellow.
He just doesn't seem to want to win this World Championship. Okay, alright, let's calm him down. We're going to have to be a bit more patient.
Keep going with the lift off, you're doing very good job.
Porsche, we're going to calm him down as well, because he's just going to get swallowed up by the Ferraris once they start using DRS to overtake each other.
Slow down, please.
But yeah, Porsche out in front where he needed to be. Gasly dead last. Ah, dear, dear. There's the pressure getting to Pierre.
And DRS should be available.
Alright, let's see if we can move through the field nice and quickly.
Okay.
We are potentially going to drop back a little bit here because we are the only car in the entire field that doesn't have DRS here, apart from Teo and Leclerc. Right, closing up on the braking, using the battery to launch. It was the perfect start for us, and then it all went wrong at the start of lap 2.
Battery is high, you can use overtake if you need.
Yeah, copy.
Right, we're starting to see a couple of cars splitting up already. Albon has dropped off the back of Perez. Mick has dropped off the back of Vettel, who's way down the order from his penalty. Bottas currently 12th. Russell in danger of dropping off the back of Verstappen. So we're already starting to see that big queue breaking up into smaller groups. I was stuck. Come on. Porsche's all alone up front there. He needs Gasly to help. Well, even if it finishes like this, we will still be world champion because Porsche is taking away points from Leclerc that he just can't afford to lose
we don't have
at the
enough
moment.
battery.
Yeah.
So even if the result finished exactly like this, we would still win the world championship. If Leclerc is going to win, he needs wins and potentially fastest laps as well. And right now, he's not doing either. We are out of battery, so we're going to have to go into harvest mode.
Charge on.
Copy.
We're getting held up at the back here behind Stroll and Schumacher. Can't make a move. No. Another lap stuck behind these two. And the Ferraris have now caught Porsche. We're going to get overtaken here. I just want to try and make it a little bit harder for Leclerc to sprint away from us, because if we get overtaken too soon, we will drop. As Pierre finally, Porsche, Pierre finally manages to make an overtake.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Let's have a look. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
Through the baseball stadium. There we go. Finally gets that move done. He should theoretically get past
Moving up a
Schumacher
place
nice
there.
and quickly as well.
Excellent work from them.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
And Gasly is now past Schumacher. Good stuff. So he can now start to use his car's pace to close in on the back of Vettel and Tsunoda. And Zhou. That's the next little group. I'm surprised to see Bottas so far back from Perez. Let's take a look at tyres. He is running. Zhou's the only one who's not on mediums here. That's a bit of a surprise. Porsche has been passed, but that's okay. He'll get DRS while he's charging up.
Ferrari advance the race position.
There we go, flap open. Oh, we're going to get jumped by Sainz as well. Okay. Sainz going to move all the way through into the lead there. Good overtake from him. Can we get back in front of Leclerc here?
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
No, we can't. Alright, as long as we stay right on the back of them, we'll be okay. Got to be careful we don't lose out to Verstappen as well here. This is the trouble with trying to charge your battery. Is that you lose so much acceleration out to the corners. This is where we are the fastest on the grid though, this sweeping S section here. Gasly already crawling all over the back of Vettel here.
Charge off, charge off.
Copy.
Okay, I think Porsche will be fine on this lap. Verstappen's close, but I think we'll be okay to hold him off. Can we get a move done here?
Only can use the deploy.
Okay.
No. Okay. Leclerc currently in the lead with the fastest lap. He's doing everything he needs to stay in this title fight. Gasly not winning the championship as things stand. But still plenty of laps to go. This race is a long way from being done. So we need to try and find a way through. I'm going to increase the tyre pace a little bit as well.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Yeah.
Try and really take advantage of that extra grip through the corner. Going to get up the inside of Sonoda here. Okay, that's another one done. Vettel next.
Very good job.
And a new position.
Vettel's going to be a little bit tougher to overtake because he does have DRS. Stop charging Porsche
So
now.
recharge off.
As long as he can stay with the Ferraris, I'll be quite happy with that. The Sainz gets back in front of Leclerc. That's good. That there means that I think that there makes Gaz the champion. I think. Oh, as we get up the inside of Vettel, I can't quite get the move done though. Can we hold on here?
We don't
He's
have
out of
enough
battery.
Copy.
And then we're going to have to go back into harvest mode again.
Charge on for now.
And see if we can at least outdrag Joe through this DRS section here. As Porsche moves into second, briefly, back down to third again, and back into second again, and back down to third again. Okay, this side-by-side is allowing Leclerc to try and break away.
Okay, good job.
As we do finally get alongside Joe.
Good job.
And we'll have the inside going into the S's. Joe
Okay,
using
keep it
those
clean. Focus on the pace.
soft tyres to try and hang on in there. We get through.
We're doing a good
Finally,
job.
we can get a clean run at the back of Vettel here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Porsche moves into the lead. Good stuff.
Nice job.
So,
This was good.
with Pierre finishing in second place, he will be 53 points behind with only 52 available. So yeah, Charles Leclerc, even if he gets the fastest lap, if he finishes second today, we are world champion, regardless of where we finish. So, Porsche could theoretically win this world championship for Gasly if he can stay ahead of Leclerc.
Charge off. Good job.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to push, try and break away from Vettel so we don't get
Let's
caught
lift off,
again,
please.
and close in on the back of Norris. Use the full power of that Renault engine there, if we can. Leclerc gets back in front of
and
Porsche,
Ferrari just gained a place.
and Sainz gets through as well. There's going to be a lot of leapfrogging going on here at the top. As long as we stay just behind the Ferraris and we don't lose out to Verstappen as well, that's fine. Because if we're in
Ferrari
second or third, we're
advance the
always in
race position.
contention. If we drop behind Verstappen, there's a chance that the Ferraris might try and sprint away while we're fighting to get back past Verstappen. And that would not be good. There we go, we break the DRS to Vettel. We're almost on the back of Norris as well. We will be by the end of the lap. And this might be enough to take the fastest lap point away from Leclerc temporarily as well. Oh, Sainz has taken it away. He's now fastest.
Okay, look after the battery, Pierre. We're very low now.
Copy.
And there we go.
Good lap.
That is the new fastest lap.
Lift off for the fuel.
Copy.
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
Oh, Sainz has broken clear of Leclerc here. We should probably we'll probably end up acting as a stopgap here. We'll overtake Leclerc, hopefully, on the DRS straight at the start, and then close in on the back of Sainz, and that will then reconnect this DRS train back onto Sainz. Who knows, we might even get a run on Sainz as well. Right, Leclerc's holding us up here. We will get the move done there. Okay, so even if we can't connect back onto Sainz,
You're doing a good job. Let's keep it up.
Leclerc's still there, look, he's still fighting. Well, we'll have to wait another lap then. So I kind of want to watch what's going on here at the front, but at the same time, we want to be watching Gasly fight his way through.
Nicely done.
I think we're about to give Leclerc DRS here. Or maybe
And a
not.
new
Leclerc,
position,
yeah,
just gained
Leclerc's going
by
to get the
Williams.
DRS. And now we need to use Porsche's battery, otherwise he's
Good
going to
job.
drop behind both Ferraris by a significant distance. So if we keep him using battery launch out of the corners, we can keep within striking distance. Oh, that's a lockup for Leclerc.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
That's a big lockup. There he is, he's stranded. Leclerc is throwing away this race. Has that just handed the World Championship to Gasly there? He's only a few places ahead of Gasly now. He's in 10th. That's not what he needs. He needs the win as an absolute minimum here. Anything less than that, and Gasly wins the title. Real drama here, and now Porsche is going to have to keep pushing so that he can close back in on Sainz. That really does bring us
No
back
lift
into
and
the
coast
constructors'
required.
fight as well.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
Okay, that's going to get us onto the back of of sights there. We have dragged the train with us of Verstappen, both McLaren, Mercedes, Alonso, Perez as well. They've all come with us.
Very good job.
Okay, recharge on.
And we have finally got past Norris.
And
Okay,
there's an overtake
that's
from
one
Williams.
car past. Need to get past Albon quickly now as well. Alright, well, we're going to get Magnussen here, surely. Come on, make the move on Magnussen. Why are you not overtaking? There we go, up the inside. So, Albon is up next. Let's go back into neutral.
Good job, Pierre.
No, sorry, into recharge. Quick jump back to the front of the grid to see Porsche.
Charge on.
Yeah.
And Leclerc's isolated as well. He's not in DRS. I've just realised that. So he can't seem to close up at the moment on Ocon and Ricciardo. They seem to be swapping places with each other. Gasly moves up into 12th place.
Very
Did we
good
do
job,
that at the
Pierre.
wrong time though? No, we got the DRS.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
Excellent stuff. So we should be able to pull away comfortably from Albon now. Start closing down Bottas.
Okay, good job, thank you.
Is Bottas closing on Leclerc? Yes, he is. Marginally.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Almost back up to full battery with Teo here. Sainz going defensive to the inside. Can we sweep around the outside? No, we can't, but we can hold Verstappen back. We've already dropped Albon by over a second now as well. That's good to see. And Leclerc is falling further and further behind the battle for 8th place as they're overtaking each other in the DRS zones, which means they're pulling out about half a second a lap on Leclerc here. That is something that we are potentially going to have to contend with as well. But right now, I just want to make sure he gets fully charged up, because pit stops are going to be coming up soon. I want to be able to push around that time if we need to. Right, let's slow down the fuel burn now that we've finished
Can we do
charging.
lift and coast?
and this time we should get the move done. I'm going to go up the inside. Sainz fighting it. But we'll have the run with DRS. And there we go, Porsche moves back into the lead. Right, let's cut back to Gasly.
Awesome, keep it up.
He's almost fully charged. So we can put that back into neutral and unleash his full pace as well. Try and close in on Bottas. This is one of those circuits where if you're not in the DRS, it's very hard to move up on the back of a train, like Austria. Because the DRS is so powerful around this circuit, and there's a lot of it. You've got that double DRS at the start of the lap, followed by the DRS towards the end of the lap, going into the baseball stadium. It does present challenges to an isolated car trying to close down the train. As you can see with the fact that Leclerc just isn't making any progress at all on two much slower cars.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Alright, here we go.
Charge off.
Let's get some full pace as Albon has caught back up. I'm not averse to Albon overtaking us here, if it means that we can work together to hunt down Bottas. Oh, Porsche is 1.5 seconds off the back of Sainz. How did that happen? We have to re-spend all that battery we worked so hard to recharge. Right, are we going to be vulnerable to Verstappen here? No, Verstappen pits, and so does Hamilton. Okay, that takes some pressure off.
On the Hamilton has pitted.
Right, pit stops in front of Gasly as well. So Leclerc now up to 6th. Verstappen, Hamilton, Ocon, Gasly, not Gasly, sorry, Bottas. Oh no, Teo!
That's a spin! Let's take a look at the replay. Now we see the Williams here. What a spin!
Oh, the sooner this season's done so we can start building a car with better brake cooling, the better.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
This is a race I desperately needed Porsche to not make any mistakes. He's not dropped too many places, luckily. But, you know, he has definitely dropped. And it's going to be hard work to get back onto that train as well. Very hard work. I'm going to just start pushing the tyres again.
Let's push, come on.
And the fuel. I'm going to really go for it to try and close back up.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Oh, that's a big crash. Is that going to be a safety car? It's just a yellow flag at the moment. I think that was Magnussen.
Just had a crash
It
on
was.
The track. We can take a look now. Now just focus on the Haas.
Big lockup for Magnussen there.
Oh, a nasty
That's
crash
a smashed front wing, and there may well be suspension or chassis damage there as well.
There. And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
Okay, Russell has pitted. Vettel, Norris, Zhou and Magnussen all in the pits. Obviously Magnussen to replace that broken front wing.
Confirmed. Vettel has pitted.
So here's the next question. Are the Ferraris one-stopping or are they two-stopping? Because if they're one-stopping, they're going to save a lot of time by not having to make a pit stop, and the hards are going to hold up well, but they're not going to be fast. We are going to be fast on our medium tyres, and then our softs, especially at the end, we'll be able to hunt them down. Thankfully, they are isolated from each other. They are not nose to tail. If they were and they were one-stopping, I think it would be hard to beat them. But because they're isolated, because there's 12 seconds, 13 seconds between the pair of them, they can't help each other out. So that plays into our hands. And you can see we're just struggling to close back up because we don't have the DRS. Just got to try and stay in touch basically until we make our pit stop, which will be very soon. I'm actually thinking about pitting Gasly at the end of this lap. Try and undercut Leclerc a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go for that. Let's box Gasly at the end of this lap.
Copy.
And we'll box Porsche.
Box.
Let's just box them both this lap. Again, we'll try and get another cut.
Box. Lift and coast required. Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
We need a little bit more lift off if you can, please. We need a little bit more.
Copy.
Leclerc staying out. That's good.
We need to drop the pace.
Copy.
So Porsche into the pits. New set of mediums. Out he goes. And here comes Gasly. And a new set of mediums for Gasly. There we go. So, where are we going to shake out with Porsche? Right in the middle of this cluster here, right behind Verstappen. That's good. Right, what tyres are they on? They're on hards. Ooh. Does that mean they're one-stopping? They could still be going for a two-stop, but I don't know. I really don't know. I think those who have stopped are going for a two-stop, possibly. If the Ferraris stay out much longer, they will probably be one-stopping. So we can't afford to get held up for too long. Let's put some battery in the car while we've got the opportunity. We're 3 seconds off the back of Bottas. We're going to need to use battery to close up.
And you can use the deploy.
Copy.
Okay, 2 seconds to Bottas now.
Red Bull moved up.
So has anyone else put on new mediums? No, it's just us. Everyone else is going for hards. I wonder, are we the only team that's going to two-stop here? I mean, I can't imagine everyone's going to one-stop. I mean, they might. Perez and Alonso both into the pits. Sainz stays out. Leclerc, is he going to pit? Perez has put on a new set of hard tyres. Both Ferraris stay out. Alonso has put on a set of hard tyres. I mean, the one-stop was a viable strategy for this race. The two-stop is faster on paper, but we'll see. That's us. There's Porsche coming out right behind Alonso, effectively. We are losing a little bit of ground at the moment because we're charging. Can't be helped. We've caught the back of Bottas now.
Mercedes moved up a place.
But we're going to have so much more grip, as well as our natural pace advantage over these cars, that we should theoretically be able to get past them quickly. Schumacher yet to pit, so he's going to be on old mediums.
Position gained for Mercedes.
So we should get past him very quickly. He will drop off the back of Ocon pretty quickly as well.
Very good job.
I'm actually going to go back into neutral here for this.
Charge on.
And Sainz finally into the pits. This has got to be for hard tyres, surely.
Nicely done.
Yep, there we go. Hard tyres for him. Albon also in the pits.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
That is also for hard tyres. There's Schumacher coming in.
Yuki is off.
Oh, a crash. Tsunoda has had a wobble.
Here's the replay. Now let's look at this. The focus on Tsunoda.
Oh, he's going to do the same thing that Kevin did. Just big lock up.
There, we see
Smashed up his front wing. That's got to be some chassis or suspension damage there as well, surely. That was a big hit. And we've got a VSC. Okay, so that means I can get my battery charged without losing ground. That's excellent.
It's the collision.
Oh, we've had another crash.
Let's take a closer
Is this
look.
Magnussen now? Or is this...
Focus on the
Oh, don't
Haas.
tell me the Haas hit each other. Oh.
And there's the collision.
Dear,
It's
dear.
caused absolute
What the hell was
carnage.
Kevin thinking? That's why there's a VSC.
That was a bitter blow
Oh,
for
that's
the
just
team.
Haas
And
imploding
it may
there.
have really hurt their
That's
overall
another
chances.
front wing broken by Kevin. Are they going to have enough front wings left now? Magnussen's into the pits. Tsunoda's not. I don't think Tsunoda, they've got any front wings left. I think Kevin has just stolen the front wing that Tsunoda was going to put on. Tsunoda's going to have to do a whole lap, and then we'll see whether or not he pits at the end and puts on a fresh wing, but that could be a mobile roadblock for the rest of the race now, as Leclerc finally decides to take advantage of this VSC and pits, and that's just done him a huge favour. He's going to save so much time. It's all coming up Ferrari at the moment. He's still a way off the back of Russell and Porsche. That group there, you can see the gap, but he's saved what, 8-9 seconds there, pitting under the VSC.
Okay, push. Let's go.
VSC ending.
Alright, there we go. Back under racing conditions.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled. Come on, let's go get those points.
Whoa, what? How?
We need to push.
How did... Oh, God, it's... pissing Tsunoda. Okay, now he's holding them up.
Okay, mate, good job.
So, like I said, mobile roadblock. That has held everybody up in groups and clumps.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Gasly. Oh, Gasly lost so much time there as a result. And someone else is just locked up at that corner. It's one of the McLarens, I think. No, it was Ocon. Another broken wing. Another lock-up into the stadium. Is that going to be another VSC? I don't think it will. I think it'll just be a yellow.
That was a crash. Let's have a look. Now have a watch of this. Looks like Ocon. They've lost control.
Oh, we're just seeing mistakes galore on that corner today. Alright, how close are we to the back of Ricciardo? Not quite close enough, but we are slightly faster. Ricciardo is isolated as well, which means we can hopefully use him to springboard onto the back of Russell and Leclerc. So Leclerc, having suddenly closed right back up on everybody, has now dropped back again thanks to Yuki, just causing havoc there. Tsunoda is in the pits. Has he managed to change for a new front wing? No, not. Oh, he hasn't pitted yet. That's why. Have Haas got any front wings left? That's a penalty. Now they can fix his car. New tyres. That's a new front wing. There we go. So Tsunoda does get a replacement wing. So no more mobile roadblock. It's probably a good thing. Let's go back to Porsche. Porsche is on the back of Alonso here, who does not have DRS, so this should move us onto the back of Verstappen. Perez leading the race right now.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
Perez, who started, what, down in 13th? I was going to say he's leading the Grand Prix. As soon as I say that, he's immediately overtaken by Sainz. Gasly is past Ricciardo. 2 seconds off the back of the fight in front of me. I'm going to have to push hard because I don't have DRS.
Awesome, keep it up.
Let's see what happened there. Now we see the Williams here.
This Porsche does get through past Alonso to close in on the back of the Red Bulls. What's the gap? 1.2. Let's give him a little bit of a boost as well.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Right, we should hopefully get DRS coming out of the stadium here. Fastest lap, and we did get DRS. Excellent. So let's go back into neutral. Gasly.
Can we do lift and coast?
Also has DRS. Excellent. So let's actually start charging him up.
Okay, charge on.
Yeah.
We're finally back into the points, and Leclerc is not where he needs to be, so we are still on for the World Championship. But I do want to get right back to the front if we can. We desperately need the points over Ferrari in the Constructors, and at the moment they are extending their gap to us. So while this result is fine for the drivers, it's not good for the teams. We need those Constructors points, and this might potentially just give it to Ferrari if we can't outscore them here. I don't know if we'll be able to at the last 2 races. Alright, So we get around the outside of Russell there.
This was good.
We will get DRS on the back of Leclerc, but we aren't using any battery at the moment. We're harvesting, so he will out-accelerate us. There we go, back in front of us. That's okay. I'm alright with that. Porsche fighting it amongst the Red Bulls right now. Verstappen dives to cover off his teammate, and that lets us through. And we are back up into second. Right, we are just about a second out of range, so we are going to push again.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I think that's Tsunoda in front of us.
No lift
and then Magnussen a little bit further up. Yep, that is Tsunoda, just in front of this battle. He's got no front wing again. What? Oh, it's Magnussen. Magnussen. When did Magnussen lose his front wing again? Oh, maybe Magnussen didn't get a new wing at the pit stop. So we do still have a mobile speed block in the form of a Haas. My God. This goes to show the difference in what goes on with team management. You know, their Haas, very different to my Haas.
Okay, let's go recharge on.
As we go up the inside of Leclerc there. Who is still fighting back. We'll get him again through the S's. We've got the better grip. And we've got the car that performs better in this section than anybody else as well.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Right, let's get this move done on Russell. Or not. Porsche back into the lead, good man. Doing exactly what I need him to.
Reminder, charge off.
Copy.
Could Porsche be on for his second win of the season here? It would certainly be a well-timed second win. And you've got to imagine that, you know, if we sign Norris, McLaren may well try and pick up Porsche as his replacement. I'm trying to think. It depends who else is out of contract and who goes where. Pretty sure that Bottas is going to be out of contract maybe next season. I think Bottas has still got one more year on his deal. Hamilton's out of contract at the end of this season. Ricciardo's out of contract at the end of this season. I'm not sure what kind of deals anyone else has signed. The Ferraris are locked up for another year after this one. Perez is locked up for another year. Verstappen's locked up for another 3 or 4 years, I think. Yeah, be interesting to see what movement we get on the grid. Porsche is going to find himself in a seat next year. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't think we'll see the return of Nicholas Latifi. Not unless someone retires. Alright, we've got an 8-second gap to the train in front, which is the leading group. All 6 of them. That's going to be tough to overcome. It's going to be very tough to overcome that gap.
Nice job, well done.
I'm going to burn some battery again.
Okay, we
Just
need
try
some
and
deploy.
speed up the closing process a bit, if we can. As we are at the halfway stage of this Grand Prix.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Someone else has spun. Where is that? Who is that?
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Oh, Alonso spun. Oh,
Let's
that
take
helps.
a look at the replay. Now watch
That really
this.
helps us.
Here's Alonso's car.
That's one car
And
off the
there it
back of the
is.
train and
That's where
another
they
car
spin
for us
out.
to tuck in behind. So we've only got a 5-second gap to chase before we can get on the back of the next car now. And then we can try and charge the battery up for another couple of laps. And then sprint again. And hopefully, in the process of doing that, we can leave Leclerc and Russell behind, let them fight amongst each other. Hell, even if we just tuck in behind Alonso and we use Alonso to help leapfrog the pair of them back into that train, if that keeps us away from Leclerc, even better. Another spin. Who spun this time? Is that another car in front of us? I don't think it is.
Oh, we've had a spin.
It's
Here's
Magnussen.
the replay. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
I'm not surprised. He's got no front wing.
They lose it there. That's the spin.
Okay, Leclerc has broken away from Russell, which is good because it now means he can't DRS overtake with Russell. So he's now going to be limited to his own pace. And we are hopefully
On,
about
keep
to
an
get
eye on
onto
your
the back of
battery.
Alonso.
Copy.
Let's lift off, please.
Copy.
Another lockup in turn one. That is Bottas this time.
Oh, big lock up there. We can take a look now. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved. in
So
this.
many
It's a
mistakes in
lock-up,
this race.
and that could be costly.
Right, gap is now 1.4 seconds to Alonso. We've extended the gap to Leclerc as well. This is good. The only thing I'm worried about now is Sainz one stopping Pourchaire is just wasting these tyres at the moment, but he doesn't have anyone with him to hold off the Ferraris. He could sprint away from them for a bit, but they would just start leapfrogging and closing back up under DRS. I suppose we could have a sprint and go for it. See what happens. Oh, we're on Alonso already. That was quick.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Alright, don't want to overtake here. I want to overtake on the main straights. Don't want to overtake here, am I? Yep.
Doing very well. Come on, keep it up.
Although I might get DRS here off the back of that Haas, so...
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Nope. Okay.
Give us more lift off, please.
Copy.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a
Okay, that's
place.
good, very good.
Right. Sainz back into second, into first.
And a
We
new
are in danger of
position
dropping off
just
again.
gained by Williams.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Even just running with a charge, we're still almost broke the DRS to Alonso there. Right, we are going to try and sprint if we can
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
and try and break away from Sainz. Just to see if we can break clear. I don't know if we've got enough
Okay, good job, we're in a good space there.
enough on the lap to actually break away before the next DRS. We should be able to, I think, but I mean the Ferrari is mighty in the slow corners here.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Alonso's back in front, that's good. I'll be able to slingshot past him again. We have broken the 1 second to Sainz. Good. You can see the difference in pace between Gasly and Leclerc in terms of the tyres. I'm hoping it'll be the same for Pourchaire and Sainz, but Sainz has got cars that can overtake him. There is going to be that DRS swapping going on that will potentially bring everyone right back onto us again.
Okay,
Let's
we'd
run
like
like that.
you to slow down, please.
As Perez does move through. We're back past Alonso again.
Good job, Pierre. Charge off.
Yeah.
Let's immediately start to burn that battery again.
And you can use the deploy.
Okay.
Hang on to our pit stops. Lap 51. So we are 8 laps away. I don't really want to pit before those 8 laps because we kind of already are pushing those soft tyres to a low level with that length of stint. But I don't want to leave it too much longer than necessary because we want to maximise the time on that fastest rubber. Plus we did come in slightly early on this stint as well, so there's a chance that these tyres might get a little bit naff. We haven't pushed them anywhere near as hard as we did in the first stint, so they should last fine. I'm pretty confident they're going to last fine, actually, thinking about it. 8 laps and it's still in the 60s. Yeah, we'll be fine. Sainz has now caught the back of Porsche again. That did not last very long. This is what I was worried about, you know, the DRS effect. Just, despite Porsche having pace, he can't utilise it because he is stuck behind, you know, the cars behind are just overtaking and leapfrogging. Oh wow, Hamilton's been held up. Did he get held up passing the Haas? He must have done. He must have got held up lapping S02 there.
Keep an eye on the battery.
Okay.
We need a little bit more lift off, please.
Copy.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
Lift and coast required.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, recharge on.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Let's have a look at the tyres. So, Sainz, he's one stopping, he's got to be. Same for Leclerc. Hamilton, Verstappen, they might be 2 stopping. Bottas is probably 2 stopping. Russell as well. Zhou's probably going to 2 stop. Anyone whose tyres are, you know, in the low 70s, the very low 70s and below, probably 1 stopping, 2 stopping. And we've had, is that Mick go off?
Sounds like someone's locked up.
It is. Another
Let's have a
turn 1
look.
lockup.
Right, watch this. There's Schumacher. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse.
Is something wrong with Hamilton's car? We're charging at the moment and we pulled out a second on Hamilton. His tyres are okay. Another lockup at turn 1. It's another Haas lockup. Which one is it this time?
They've locked up and gone straight
It's
on.
Yuki.
Let's see what happened there. Now let's look at this. The focus on S02. Well, they've locked up. They won't have been happy about that. The team are devastated. They'll be...
Oh, definitely a race to forget for Haas here. It's been a nightmare weekend. Oh, and Perez has snuck past us as well. That's not so good. We're just 4 seconds off the back of this fight. Oh, we're not charging with Gasly. I thought we were. We're just in neutral. That's probably why we pulled out so much of a gap. We're at 5 seconds now. Yeah, DRSing again. Oh, this train's looking to break up a little bit. We do just manage to get the DRS. Oh, we're on the leaders. That's why. There we go. That's more like it. Happy for Perez to take the lead over Sainz because he isn't as quick. You can see we lost half a second on that back straight again because we didn't have the DRS, and we're going to lose another couple of tenths here probably. Yep, there we go. and we are now approaching the pit windows. Okay, so for this pit window, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pit Gasly first a lap before I pit Pourchaire. Give Gasly the benefit of that soft rubber for an extra lap, so hopefully when Pourchaire comes out of the pits, it'll bring them pretty much together. That's the hope.
Recharge off.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Copy.
Can't believe Pourchaire still has the fastest lap from earlier in the Grand Prix. Thought we'd have lost that by now for sure. And the trains have all pretty much broken up. This is the only one that's left. This is the only train that's left. 3.5 second gap between Gasly and Hamilton, 2.5 second gap to Alonso, 3 second gap to Leclerc, 7 second gap to Russell, 4.5 seconds to Bottas, 6 seconds to Ricciardo. Yeah, it's just gaps all the way up and down the field. That's good. That's really good, because with our pit stops coming up, that means these cars are going to be much easier to hunt down and pick off. The fact that they're not in a train. If they're in a train, they'd be much harder to catch. But them all having multiple second gaps like this means that we can hunt them down with natural pace, get in the DRS and just fly past them. Gasly just cannot catch, look, he's losing time despite pushing the tyres. I'm going to put a little bit of battery in his car this lap.
Charge on, charge on.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go charge off.
Copy.
On the Hamilton has pitted.
Box, 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 box.
Yeah, in the box.
Okay, copy that. need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
That was a very good lap. Let's lift off, please.
Okay.
Battery is on the low side.
Okay.
No lift and coast required. Can we do lift and coast?
Keep up the liftoff. You're doing a very good job.
Copy.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
Okay, recharge on. Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
So it's been over 50 laps. We have finally got our two drivers back together on the grid. Now hopefully they can work together to start hunting down the cars in front. I do need to get them through as quick as I can though.
Alright buddy, push, push. You've got energy to push.
Let's see if we can get this overtake done on Alonso, who is now drifting out of DRS of Leclerc. We'll get him coming out of the S's. Ooh, excuse me. There we go.
Okay buddy, good job so far. Let's settle into a rhythm now.
And a new position, just gained by
Did we
Williams.
get the DRS? I think we just got it.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
No, we missed it. Okay,
Okay, it's recharge on.
so we'll tuck in.
Overtake available.
Right, let's try and get Gasly to move up now. Yeah, Alonso's pace has just suddenly dropped away quite significantly.
Only can use the deploy.
Copy.
Come on, make the move. Porsche stuck behind the Ferrari. We're going to dive up the inside here, maybe? Nah, just about. There we go. We're past Alonso.
Very good job.
Well done.
Okay. Porsche is through. He's going to try and sprint.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Perez is going to be harder to sprint away from because he's on mediums. Not Perez, sorry, it's Verstappen, but he's done it. He's broken the 1 second.
Ciao, John.
Copy.
Alright, so Porsche can now get about hunting down after Perez and Sainz.
DRS disabled. DRS disabled.
Right, let's get this moved on here, please, Pierre.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Yeah.
Charge off.
Copy.
Okay, that's good. Very good.
Yellow flag in sector 1. That is, I think, Vettel.
There's been a crash.
No,
Sounds
oh, it's
like a
Alonso
single
crashing.
car. Let's
I
take
was
a
looking
look
in the
at
wrong
the
place.
replay. Now watch this. Here's
Oh, this happened right
Alonso's
behind
car.
us. Okay, is that going to be a pit stop for Alonso? Look how quickly Porsche has closed down, just using regular pace with a little bit of fuel burn. Less than
Lift
8
and
seconds
coast
to Perez
required.
now. We're almost on the back of Verstappen. There we go.
Ciao, John.
Copy.
And we're already 2 seconds clear of Leclerc. Those hard tyres are starting to fall away. Are we going to see some last minute pit stops? Need to look after the tyres again.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Alright, up to third and fourth.
Very good job, Pierre.
Let's try and jump away from
Okay, we need some
Verstappen
deploy.
onto the back of Teo.
Okay.
Then we can finally start hunting down the leaders, working as a unit again. And that's the 1 second gap to Verstappen, so he's not going to get DRS here. Right, this is looking good. This is looking very good. We've got time to catch both
don't
cars in
have enough
front.
Yeah.
Assuming our tyre wear doesn't fall off too dramatically.
Let's go recharge on.
So we will hopefully close some good points up on Ferrari and the constructors here. We have got the drivers in the bag. Gasly could retire right now and we would still win the championship. Leclerc needed the win as an absolute minimum, and that's not going to happen. So we are going to win the World Drivers' Championship with Gasly tonight, but can we get that a little bit closer to Ferrari and stay alive in the fight for the constructors?
Okay, buddy, keep it up. 8 laps remaining. 8 laps remaining.
And there we go. Rocketing up onto the back of Teo.
Copy.
So now we're going to do the car in front
So
is
we'll go
neutral, car
recharge off.
behind is charging, and then switch them over when they swap places. And this will allow us to use normal pace to close in on the cars in front and still put battery into both cars.
Seven laps remaining.
Right, so we are lapping a second a lap faster than Perez, and well, a second and a half a lap faster than Perez. I think, no, 1 second, I'm looking at Porsche, aren't I? 1 second faster than Perez, and about 7/10 of a second faster than Sainz, but that's without any DRS, and that last lap was also with Teo charging up, so it'll be a little different this lap, I think. Seven laps to go, 7 seconds the gap. It's getting close, but I think we're going to do it.
Come on.
Let's just push the tyres a little bit more again.
Push hard, push hard.
Yeah, copy.
Right. Almost fully charged with Pierre, which means we need to get him in front of Porsche now.
we've got 5 laps remaining.
This should hopefully be the lap where he makes the pass. He's tucking in. Okay, let's turn off the charge.
Charge off.
Turn on the charge,
Yeah.
and that should hopefully encourage the move.
Recharge on.
There we go. So our drivers have swapped places. We've swapped charging roles as well. We are now on the back of Perez. Verstappen looking like he's going to try and close back in. He is on medium tyres, so they are wearing better than our softs. Stay tucked in through here, please. I don't want to overtake until the main
Charge on.
straights.
Okay.
There we go. Right, now we're going to deploy and
Oh, you can use the
deploy
deploy.
and try and get both cars through.
Okay.
Right, there goes Pierre.
4 more laps. 4 more laps.
4 laps to go,
Very
4.5
good.
seconds to gap. We only need to get into DRS and then we're going to be much faster.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Come on, Porsche, I need you to get through. Well, the gap's now just 2.5 seconds. We've absolutely chewed up the gap.
Three more laps. 3 more laps.
Go into harvest mode. Porsche needs to pass.
Okay, recharge on. Good job.
I've
Recharge
wanted to
on.
recharge with the wrong driver.
Let's go recharge off. Recharge off.
Damn it, that just stopped him from making the overtake. Hopefully he'll get it here. I'm also going to up his tyre pace. Come on, push hard, push hard. There we go, finally through. Ah, he's lost so much time to Gasly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Porsche up ahead of Sainz now, but if we get him on the podium and keep him on the podium, that'll do. That'll do for me. Oh, excellent!
And there's an
Oh.
overtake from Williams.
What a glorious little present from Red Bull there.
Okay, yellow, yellow.
Let's take a closer look. We're just watching the
Verstappen
Red
sneaks
Bull,
ahead of Perez and then spins and blocks him.
and that
That's
spin
beautiful.
is undoubtedly going to cost
Oh,
them
that takes the
time.
pressure off. So that's the podium pretty much guaranteed now. Next question is,
Okay, recharge on. Recharge on.
can we get, as we get stuck up behind Magnussen again, can we get both cars on the top steps? Can we get Porsche to catch all the way up?
Recharge off.
We're in the DRS effectively because we got DRS off the back of Magnussen. So this is going to drop us right on the back of Sainz here. Porsche's coming. I don't know if he's going to get here in time.
We have margin to push
I
a
want to
bit more.
fly past Sainz here so he doesn't get the chance to re-overtake on the main straight. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to use better grip and acceleration here. I think I probably should have stayed tucked in. I think I might have just given Sainz DRS. Oh, I don't know.
Just gained by Williams.
It's going to be close. No, I think he's got it.
Next lap, last lap.
Yeah, he got it. Damn it, I just screwed over Teo there.
Can we do lift and coast?
Yeah. Completely screwed over Teo. Sorry, Teo. But hey, I'll take first and third. That's still a phenomenal recovery, considering both drivers threw away good positions. Both drivers threw away the lead with spins. Porsche's wasn't quite as bad as Gasly's, but yeah, we could have been comfortably first and second in this race. Oh crap, 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 crap. Don't run out of fuel. Don't run out of fuel.
Give us a bit more lift off, please.
Yeah.
Okay, look after the battery, Pierre. We're very low now.
Okay.
Thank God. And he's out of fuel. There we go. Christ.
And it's Gasly.
I nearly threw
First
away the
over
win.
line,
Oh,
and
good God.
today's winner.
But there we go. What a
Okay,
result.
brilliant. That's the checkered flag.
First to last to first, and world champion in the Drivers' Championship. What an amazing race. Porsche, great start. Took over the lead when Gasly spun out. Held the lead, threw that away, dropped back, fought his way back up onto the podium. Then I kind of screwed him out the chance of getting second by giving Sainz DRS in the final lap. But a great result for the team on the podium. Great haul of points. We got the fastest lap as well, so that will be another point in the Constructors' Championship. The Ferraris did go for the one stop in the end, and they couldn't pull it off. Nor could Perez. You could see that, you know, the two stop was the way to go, and we would have been comfortably 1 and 2 had we not had spins for both drivers. Porsche gets the cheers of the crowd. Gasly can't because he's still on the grid.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars.
So there we go. There are 2 races to go. There is a total of 52 points left
Williams
on offer
have got to be happy with their results
in the Drivers'
here.
Championship.
This was good work.
Absolutely. Whatever they're doing over at the team
And the
garage,
gap's going to be bigger
I
than
should
that.
think they're going to keep on doing it.
At the end of the weekend, it's second place in the constructor standings for them.
Coming up in the next round is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as we head to Brazil. Join us next time at Interlagos.
So there's confirmation of the results. A win for Gasly, as I said, first to last to first, with the fastest lap to boot. Sainz makes his one stop work for second. Porsche third, should have been second, but the spin and then accidentally giving Carlos the DRS stopped Teo from making it a double podium on the top 2 steps. But he still takes third. That's a good result for him. Nice haul points as well. Verstappen up to 4th. Perez climbing 6 places in the end, gets into 5th. Leclerc drops 3 places from his starting berth and drops all the way down to 6th. His championship ruined. Hamilton stays 7th. Russell drops a couple of places, finishes 8th. Alonso 9th. Bottas climbs 4 places after his penalty to take the final point. And then we've got Ricardo, Albon, Vettel also had a good recovery, 6 places up again from a penalty at the start of the race. Norris, then Ocon, Zhou, Schumacher, Stroll, Yuki and Magnussen, both 3 laps down. An utter shambolic race for the Haas team, where they just smashed their front wings, then they smashed into each other. Just, yeah, utter disaster for Haas there. There's the drivers' standings. We have a 90-point lead now over Charles Leclerc with only 52 left. That win is win number 10 for Pierre Gasly, and it confirms him as the drivers' champion for 2023. Pierre is untouchable this season now. Charles Leclerc is going to hang on to second place, but his teammate does close that gap down. Verstappen in 4th gets some more points, as does Perez. Pourchaire does close the gap slightly to Perez, but I don't think he's going to have enough to catch him. I think Pourchaire is pretty much locked into 6th place now. In the Constructors, Ferrari pulled 26 points out from their 2nd place and 6th place. R13 and fastest lap gives us 41 points. So the gap is now 33 points. We have reduced that down quite nicely. That is going to be a total of 88 points available in the last 2 races, and we are 33 behind. It's still all to play for in the last 2 races of the season as far as the Constructors goes. If we can get 1-2s, we stand a very good chance. If we can't get 1-2s, I think Ferrari are probably going to beat us. But who knows? A retirement for either of the Ferraris in either of the next 2 races will significantly change the landscape going into Abu Dhabi. Red Bull in 3rd, pick up another 22 points. Mercedes are pretty much a lock now, I think, for 4th. Alfa Romeo get the last few points. No other changes in the Constructors. Huge point gain for Teo there, over 2,000 points. He had an exceptional race, as did Gasly. A big points haul for him, considering his multiplier is almost, a net 1. And of course we got some more points for Logan as well. We've got development points now as well for Teo and Gasly. In terms of our payouts, 25k payout for the bonus clause on Teo's contract. And then our sponsors, we hit all of our performance incentives and all of our performance guarantees, and we kept both streaks alive as well. So a nice extra bit of 5 million in the bank. Our tour centre refurb is done as well. That's nice. New rear wing is manufactured, so we have extra spare for that. Let's go ahead and check our inbox first of all. It doesn't say anything about Gasly actually winning. This is one thing I think it could be improved a little bit, is that there's no presentation of the Drivers' Championship trophy or presentation of a Constructors' Championship trophy to the team, which I would really like to see added into the next game. But even though we won the championship today, there's no mention of it at all. And it won't be mentioned until the very end of the season, which, it just seems a little silly. Tour Centre refurb is done. CFD Simulator in poor condition. I think we already started an upgrade on that, haven't we? Yes, we have. We've got a way to go, but that has kicked in. Factory upgrade just 2 days away now. Good stuff. Right, our staff. Tondi is a week away from another point, so we'll get that just before Brazil. Engineers have no points. Teo, let's boost his reactions, and we'll boost Gasly's reactions as well. Logan, still another week off, another point by the look of it. Let's check our spare parts. We are fine on spare parts now going into the last few races. Let's advance some time. Our factory is now fully improved and refurbished. Been waiting for that one. That's going to really boost our development speed. You can see it had gone down to just 5% because given its condition. That's now boosted all the way up to 12%, and we can now do 4 manufacturing projects at once as well, which will certainly help when it comes to building next year's car. Spare chassis is finished, as is the spare suspension. Let's get those out of the way, that's good. Okay, that's telling us we have low stock. We're okay on those. Scouting is done on Matt Harmon, so let's just compare him to Simone Resta. He is down in all categories apart from side pods, but not by much, and he is several years younger. So we're not planning on replacing Resta at any time soon, but we are getting to the point where he will start considering retirement, potentially when it comes to a contract renewal. So we just want to start scouting out potential replacements for when that happens. There's our scout report on Oliver Behrman. We are going to be signing him at the end of this season. He has 1 month left on his contract. Has he actually finished? No, he still hasn't finished his season yet. So he is 18. He's in his 2nd season of F2 and F3 racing. As you can see, last season he raced in F2 for 3 different teams. This season he's raced for ART and is currently with Hitech. When the season finishes, we will be able to sign him, and he will be our youth driver for next season. Let's take a look at his stats. You can see already at just 18 years old he's got pretty good stats. Nothing spectacular in any one category, but there's only 2 in the 60s. Everything else is in the 70s. He's got good adaptability, good overtaking, good defending, good control, good accuracy, good reactions, good cornering. The only thing we're going to need to work on straight away is his braking. And then once we boosted his pace stats, after a couple of seasons of boosting his pace stats, we can then look at boosting his smoothness a bit as well. And these stats will probably go up a little bit before we sign him as well. So he is going to be an exceptional driver in 4 or 5 years' time. And he's going to be our exceptional driver. While we're here, we'll do the usual. Does Lando still think we're a piece of shit? Yes, he does. He still has a negative outlook towards us. We'll just have to wait till the end of the season to sign him. Let's give that point to Tom. Oh, he's not got it yet. Now he'll have the point. We've got some research done. We've got some research about to finish off as well. So, what do I want to improve? I'm going to improve the DRS delta, so we've got everything at a baseline of 90 or above. There we go. And then I think we'll just work on drag reduction and or cooling next. Logan now has another point. We'll put that on his cornering. His cornering stat. We'll be releasing him back into the wild. Hopefully he'll get picked up by a team next season. We'd like to see him on the grid. He's got bags of potential. Preview. There we go. Again, in the preview, no mention that Pierre is the defending world champion now. There's the build-up for Sao Paulo. We've got one more thing to do, I think. And that is... Oh no, the research is tomorrow that completes. So, that is it for the end of the stream for tonight. It's been a cracking race. I didn't think we'd be able to fight back and get the win once we hit that big spin on turn 1 and we lost all that time. and then took a while to start fighting through the grid as well. But in the end, we just had so much pace on those softs against the hard tyres of the Ferrari and the Red Bull that it made it nice and straightforward for us. Helped ever so slightly at the end as well by Max overtaking and blocking Perez. You know, getting his revenge from Monaco. And we crowned ourselves a new world champion. The first world champion driving for Williams since 1997 when Jacques Villeneuve won the world championship. So, some history made. First driver's title in 26 years. Still in the fight for the constructors. 2 races left to go. 33 points in that fight. We are definitely in with a chance of claiming the constructors this season as well. It's going to go down to the wire. We need a very strong result here in Brazil next week, and then hopefully we can take it right to the wire and claim the constructors in Abu Dhabi, the race after that. So we're done with Williams for this week. Tomorrow we'll be back with Haas, heading on to race 5, Miami, and then on Thursday race 6 at Barcelona, and then Friday we'll be back with our Aston Martin, our new Aston Martin career, where we'll be doing races 3 and 4, going to Australia and Imola. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will see you all again very soon.